it had playoff vibes when they were in that little comeback mode. You could tell people really wanted it. The Celtics sleepwalked through probably 2.5 quarters, I'd say 2 quarters and 9 minutes. Then you had Payton Pritchard comes in with about 3 minutes to go in that third quarter, saves their ass with some incredible hustle plays. Yeah.
Exactly what you want to be as a win with teams flat.
You want to be sparky like that.
You want to be sparky. It's all about the plus minus when you're bench. You want to give your team a jolt. You want to sort of turn around. And Payton Pritchard is I don't know if I'm not going to say unsung here because we're singing his praises, but he is the guy that sort of catapulted them and turned everything around. So shout out Fast PP, the Boston Pea Party, as we once coined him last year.
Yeah. The
Hawkeye.
I like the Boston Pea Party a lot.
Yeah, Boston Pea Party. I don't know why that didn't stick.
Yeah. I love it. But we are singing his praises because I'm leading the show with it. Turning point of this game was Payton Pritchard, where he really kind of got the Celtics back into it, made that a manageable deficit heading into the fourth quarter.
They were just pushing the pace. They were pushing it. Him,
but
Smart,
the hustle plays,
White.
the end of the quarter steal. I mean, all of that stuff was just unreal. And it's a couple games he's done this now. He's got that super highlight one at the game I was at against Denver where he rips the ball out of DeAndre Jordan's hands and puts back the bucket. He had 5 offensive boards that game. He's again grabbing offensive boards in this game, doing all these things, hit a really deep 3. He had 2 possessions in a row where Jaylen Brown's just slapping the ball all over the place. One of them ends up in Pritchard's hands. Boom, he drains the 3. Just unbelievable. And then Smart and White. Exactly how many shows did we do, Jimmy, where they lost and we're screaming, "What the? Why is Marcus Smart? Why is that guy taking the shot? Why Marcus?"
Every time Derrick White takes a shot, I just slink down in my chair and I can't watch. But
why are those guys shooting late in a close game?
They were hitting them.
So Sherrod just played Bobby all at the game. Sherrod, your initial impressions on this one? What we talked about early, where the Celtics, I think, just kind of sleepwalked through almost 3 full quarters, turned it up in the third. I actually think that the turning point there was Pritchard going in for Grant and then being the spark plug there. And then to quote Jaylen, the energy shifted.
Well,
it shifted. Yeah.
Well done. It did. But, I mean, it shifted because they did something that we haven't seen them do much of this season, and that's play defense. Things changed when they decided that we're going to lock down, we're going to contest shots, we're going to rebound, we're going to get out in transition. When they made up their minds to do that and do it for the duration of the game in the fourth quarter, and I would say probably near the end of the third, that's when the game changed. All of a sudden, they became the team that we thought they would be. So this was a good team win. This was a really good team win on a night when your best player did not have his best game.
Yeah, and you really got to give Pritchard credit because he's been buried, a lot, right? And for him to just come out and be ready and be prepared to go, that's a pro right there. That's somebody who knows that, he might go DNP-CD, but there's going to be a time where they're going to need exactly what he can provide, which is just energy, quick offense, a little boost, just sort of change the narrative and change the direction of where the game is, and that's what he did. So, yeah, he might be relegated to enter the bench again, depending. It might be a totally matchup-based situation, but I think a game like tonight will go a long way for him, and I think it'll go a long way for like a guy like Joe Mazzulla or whoever to have confidence in knowing that I can go to this guy if we need him in a pinch for whatever reason.
Yeah, and again on White, and they went guards, man. When Pritchard came in for Grant, they kind of stayed with the guards out there, and White was again huge, both with the huge 3-point shot that he hit late, but just in general. And you know what? We've talked about this a little bit. 3-point
shot came out of nowhere.
We've talked about this
so
when he misses a bucket or two, especially makeable layups. He sometimes gets so frustrated. He gets in his own head. He got that weird offensive foul call that he didn't think in there, and he was really frustrated about that. Didn't really let that get to him. And again, just a really all-around amazing game with the steals, plus 21 here. I think a team high. He played 33 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. Derrick White normally doesn't get that much run. So he was huge tonight as well.